Well, one guy that's been noticeably absent as of late is driver Bob McClure, and Bob was involved in a snowmobile accident and unfortunately suffered a broken leg, and we definitely miss him here at Woodbine Mohawk Park, and we thought it'd be nice to catch up with him to find out exactly how he's doing. So thanks to modern technology and the fact that Bob actually does
Hey, there he
accept my
is.
phone calls, Bob, I appreciate it. I call James sometimes, he doesn't answer, Doug doesn't answer either, but I want to thank you for at least taking my call. It makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Oh, happy to, always.
I'm guessing you didn't dial the phone with your toes.
No, my arms still work.
So, Bob, unfortunately suffered a broken leg, and you did have to have surgery. I want to ask you, and Melissa Keith did a great article that I read today. I just want to ask you, were the surgeons happy with how the surgery went, and how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, it wasn't a severe break. It was pretty clean. Nothing was displaced, and I was pretty fortunate to get surgery because you could tell right away it was a lot more stable. I was able to walk about 8 hours later on a walker, and the other breaks I had, I didn't get surgery, so it really prolongs the healing. So it should speed everything up pretty good.
So obviously, you don't like to get hurt at any time of the year. We know that, Randy. But right now, you get the chance. You've got a young family at all. I mean, listen, you're on the sidelines. It stinks. But you kind of look at it and say, I get to spend time with my family a little bit now, and I get to kind of get a bit of a breather before stake season begins.
Oh, definitely. And I was actually really lucky that my oldest son Ryder, he was sick and home from school Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I got home on Sunday from the hospital. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he was here helping me and hanging out. So that was nice. And then Thursday, obviously, Thursday I missed him quite a bit. And the 2-year-old, he's been planning attacks to try and get me in that leg, but he hasn't got me yet.
Got to be fast, Bobby. You got to be fast. So, modern technology, it's an amazing thing. Randy and I were talking off camera about some of the injuries that he suffered during his career, and you were quite fortunate. You didn't really have to do much physio when it came to your injuries.
No, I was lucky.
But, Bob, I imagine that physio is going to be part of yours. And maybe tell us, too, about the hyperbaric chamber aspect of this as well. A lot of athletes are using this now to speed up their recovery. How did that whole plan fall into place?
Well, it started when I broke my pelvis. I was in a crunch time because I was in the spring, so I was doing everything I could to speed it up. And Trevor Henry was going to one in Elmira, so he broke his ankle. I think it was a hockey accident or something, and so he was going to one. So I ended up jumping in the same one he was going into, and then but it was a kind of a low tech one. It wasn't very comfortable. And then when I broke my humerus, I was able to get in touch with a Dr. Mike Venieri, and he trains or owns some horses, Frank's Angel and such, and he's got one too. And he's been really good to me and James when we've been injured. So I'm going to be able to go down there and utilize that. And I don't know if it helps or it doesn't help, but a lot of people believe it does. So it certainly doesn't hurt. So we'll give it a shot.
Exactly, and I think mentally too, if you think it helps too, it kind of I think the mind is a very powerful thing, and I think, and you've experienced this too as well in your career too. It's at times like this where you have to avoid going down in that hole a little bit. You got to stay above things and look at the positive side of things. I know it's tough, but Bob, you're going to heal up, and you've got stake season right around the corner as well. The support of your family right now, how significant has that been for you right now at this portion of the proceedings?
Well, I don't know how somebody get through this without having a family. My wife's pretty good about taking care of me. I couldn't do it without her. And like I said, my 8-year-old son, he's been a big help the last few days. And it's like you said too, Jeff. It is actually really nice being at home with them and enjoying them. And I wish I could do a little bit more with them. I used to be able to play mini sticks with my son every night and stuff like that. But that league's on hold right now, but we'll get it started again eventually. But right now, just enjoying being home with them and relaxing, and of course, looking forward to a lot of like the 2-year-olds coming back at 3 this year, and some nice 3-year-olds coming back at 4, and so on and so forth. So there's still lots to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are we looking at time-wise here? What do you think is like an expectation for you to maybe get back jogging horses and then maybe back qualifying eventually, maybe get into some races as well? What are you looking at time-wise, or do you not really put that on your calendar? You just sort of let things go as they will?
When I broke my pelvis, I was on crunch time. I was gunning for 6 weeks. I think I was back in about 4. but I had to be back. There was golds and stake season coming up, and that was a year of forbidden trade too. So it was a push for a lot of horses. And then when I broke my arm, it was in November, but the humerus is a pretty serious bone, and so is the femur. That took a good 4 months, but again, it didn't get surgery. So if I didn't get surgery on this, it would be a definite 4 month recovery. But with the surgery, maybe I can dial it back to hopefully 2 months.
One last question, and we'll let you go. I hope you've been watching the races because we had a chance to catch up with Tyler Borth, and he was very complimentary of you and the fact that you've kind of been a bit of a leader with him to where he's been right now. And a lot of people have sent out well wishes to you. I just want to make sure that you've heard from the community that we miss you, buddy, and we want you back sooner rather than later. Because the one thing that I found about the horse racing community, and Randy knows this as well as anybody, it's so tight. And while your competitors on the racetrack, off the track, you just want to see everybody have success and be healthy at the same time. So we just want to let you know that we're all thinking of you, and we want to see you back in the not too distant future.
Well, I appreciate that, and I have. It is amazing having everybody reach out. You certainly feel loved, and that was really nice to Tyler. But I don't think he needed any leadership skills. I think when I get back, I might be asking for notes off him.
Actually, Bobby, when you do get back there, or when you get a little bit, within, say, the next few days or something, if you're looking, for somebody to come out and play a game of Twister with you, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Right leg on blue.
Any more broken wrists, Randy.
Right leg on blue, yellow, or left leg on green.
And if you're looking for a mini hockey stick player, I'm your guy. I'm the professional there when it comes to that. That's about my skill level. Bob, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. We're thinking of you, and wish you all the best, and don't be a stranger.
Good luck, Bobby.